and have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
In theory, where's my browser? There's my browser. YouTube. YouTube live. Twitch. Twitch is live.
Cannot believe you, Helen.
Okay, so in theory, I am all good to go. The dashboard is definitely a bit cronky.
Slaves were just in prettier cages.
I am going to adjust some volumes
We're only getting started.
until it looks alright. Hello everyone, I am going to do this real quick. Hi, hello, how are you all doing? My wristband is fine. Hopefully you're all doing alright today. I've been playing Not for Broadcast offline a lot, and I've been really... First, hello Sparrow! Click, 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 click the thing, click the thing. Also Sparrow, could you do me a favor and maybe sneakily type something in the YouTube stream? I want to test something. Wait, you can't redeem it?
And neighbors, and have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
Out of stock. Now it's redeemable. You were so fast, Twitch has not caught on that I was live yet. Well, also, oops. Yeah, there it is, the first redeem. I accidentally forgot to mute stream elements from the chat. Also, the chat box is new. I have a new chat box that I made myself, and I'm pretty proud of it. With the thanks of Atem, I managed to sneakily, you know, comb things together. Hello, Joshua. Welcome to the stream. I assume that was you, Sparrow. Yeah, okay. I was a bit surprised to see Joshua's first name because I know you have a you have a different first name, but that is fine. You know, I'm not gonna question that. Let's play the broadcast engineering game. So I'm currently on day 242. And let's continue. I managed to crash the game twice off stream, and I'm pretty proud of that. A ladder worth climbing. It's a lazy Sunday afternoon in the summer, with you and Sam making the most of the kids being out of the house. You bang your head, coming out of the cupboard with a last slice of homemade cake. It used to be much easier when you could store things in the pantry. It's rare for you and Sam to actually get to finish things in this house. Or to actually finish sweet things in the house, and you savor every moment. Just as you take your last bite, you hear the... Hold up. My wallet was being annoying in my pocket. I'm sorry. You hear the sounds of the front door slamming. That'll be Charlie back from the Go-Getters. You can hear him practically running to come find you, and he's grinning from ear to ear when he finally does. I have some really big news! You and Sam play along, sitting attentively with bated breath. Really? Ready? Oh, ready. Ready? Charlie asks, as you both nod enthusiastically. With a flourish, he reveals a new badge from his pocket and proudly presents it to you both to examine as he announces, as of today, I'm a member of the Cohesion Cadets. There's way more stuff I'm gonna be doing, and I'll be working some weekends, but it's really cool. Sam grinches Charlie, but you can't help but frown. I am thrilled that he's doing so well. A grown-up child. Oh, it's your close to legal name. Right, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Also, you should have subtitles over there. You've always had dinner as a family for the important events, and tonight is no exception. You've invited Chris around as an olive branch, or Sam did, and that's why, apparently, it'll be the last time you're all going to be together for a while. So far, you've managed to avoid fighting with Chris or Susie over politics, which Sam is very grateful for. Susie spent much time with her boyfriend lately. It feels like she's barely been at home. Given how much time they've been spending together on their own, you were a bit surprised when Susie and Zach proposed a big family dinner tonight. I feel like something bad is gonna happen. Why do I feel like something bad is gonna happen? He and Chris have always gotten on like a house on fire, much to your irritation. And of course, Susie could never do any wrong in your mother's eyes, so despite the fact you're all packed around the kitchen table, the air is happy. You take a sip of your drink and enjoy the moment. You and Zach have never seen eye to eye on the matters of politics, or anything, from that matter. His strong support of Disrupt is a real concern, but Sam has forbidden you from any more arguments about it. Susie stands, tapping her glass with a spoon. I'm sorry, that was annoying. Silencing the various conversations. We have an announcement to make. That was a terrible, terrible female voice. It catches you by surprise and you find yourself hoping for good news. Oh no. Oh no, Disrupt's gonna fuck something up. I don't want to do a... Oh, okay. I don't want to do a big speech or anything, but we wanted everyone together to tell you. You hope this isn't going where you think it's going. Zach and I are moving in together, she announces, to the choruses of congratulations around the room. Well, I'm moving into Zach's studio for now. While we look for somewhere for the two of us, Susie follows up quickly, excited to tell y'all. This is great news, sweetheart, and I'm happy for you both. Susie grins at you as Sam turns to her and gushes, "Ooh, tell us about the places you've been looking for." The room fills with excited conversations and laughter. It's great to see your daughter happy. It is great to see people happy. Eventually, it's time for Susie and Zach to leave and head to their new home. It turns out while you and Sam were out that afternoon, they'd be moving Susie's Sphinx as a surprise. There are a few tears, but mostly smiles, as you see them out. Even Chris has been surprisingly well behaved this evening. Sus. I love pressing those buttons. Yeah, hopefully that'll all work out. You close the front door and Sam disappears upstairs. When they don't return, you go looking and find them sitting on the floor in Susie's empty room. You slide down the wall beside them and put your arm around their shoulders. Right, everyone has to grow up sometime. Am I gonna do another broadcast? Please give me another broadcast. A sign of things to come. I feel like after this we're gonna get another broadcast. Shopping. Something that always seemed so tedious before the sanctions has become even more of a chore now. You managed to get almost everything you need for the family this evening, but you have to come back tomorrow to get through the week. There's a queue to leave the car park, though it's hard to make out in the dark. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hopefully whatever is causing it won't be long. As the final car in front of you drives off, you realize the queue is actually to a checkpoint set up at the exit. A friendly looking man in an advanced uniform, COO, emblazoned a number of places in front of it, approaches your car and knocks on the driver's side window. Emblazoned? Okay. I have no clue what this word is. Learn some new words every day. Hold up. Let's see. No. Hold up. I'm just gonna type the word in Notepad and then Google it. Right? Emblazoned. Please define What is it?
Emblazon.
Emblazon. This past tense. Oh, it's conspicuously inscribe or display a design on. To depict it. To depict a design on something.
Emblazon.
Emblazon. Like I said, you learn something new every day. You roll it down. Good evening. Nothing to worry about. Just wondering if I could see your team membership card, please. Didn't Sam sign you both up for yours a few weeks back? You rummage in the glove box and then eventually produce your cards. Yep, that's all great, thanks. Don't forget to keep an eye out for the new team lottery starting up soon. Lots of great benefits to be won. You have a nice day now. The man is all smiles as he pats the bonnet of your car and waves you off. So are these cards mandatory now? Free prizes just for having the card? Fantastic! I love Advance! Ooh. An invitation worth ignoring. It's Saturday, one of your few days off, and you've made the most of it. But as late afternoon draws on, the invitation sits pinned to the fridge, staring accusatingly at you. The Channel 1 Gala is a mandatory work event. Postman was very quick to tell you. Also, don't you dare be late! You already missed your anniversary this year, and you're not going to give another day. It's probably not wise to risk Postman's wrath. Better go. Best start getting ready. You wonder if Sam will give you a lift. A drink or two might help with the enforced socializing. Hopefully it won't be bad. After all, you're pretty good at your job, right? National News Night. Give it to me. Oh. You arrive on time, barely. At the Savignon, one of the oldest and grandest hotels in the capital. You're surprised to see a queue to get in and quickly realize it's because people are being searched at the door by some very military-looking personnel in smart attire. While you're waiting, you can't help but notice how very opulent the building is. Possibly the fanciest place you've been to in your entire life. You submit to being pat down and with a sigh of relief are let into the hotel. Once inside, you're directed to the Grand Ballroom. Following the signs, you marvel at the sheer scale of the place and the amount of armed security guards. When you finally arrive, a very severe-looking woman at the door asks for your name. Oh my god. I am Alex Winston, that's me. She curtly checks her list before whispering something to the waiter beside her. You made it just on time to be seated before dinner. Please follow Emmanuel here to your table. The waiter smiles at you and opens one of the grey double's doors, gesturing for you to enter. Immediately, you can see why it's called the Grand Ballroom. You pause for a second to take it all in. You feel a slight tap on your arm, and Emmanuel gestures for you to follow him. He seats you at a table in the central floor area with a decent view of the stage. Clearly, you're in Bozeman's goods books at the moment. You're sat with some colleagues you've seen around the Channel 1 offices before, but don't know that well. One of them informs you, far too excitedly, it's a very corporate evening of awards and speeches. Wow! Well, at least the food should be good. Dinner is indeed lovely. And with the help of the, no doubt, very expensive wine, conversation flows easily enough. In fact, much to your surprise, you've actually been presented with an award for best newcomer to the Channel 1 family. That is me! I am good at my job. Well, this was unexpected. Oh no. As you walk up to collect it, you recognize the presenter as Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey of In Scissors fame. He thanks Advance for sponsoring this year's gala before specifically thanking Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement for being in attendance tonight. As you take the stage, you see that the frontmost central table does indeed seat the Prime Ministers as well as Bozeman, Meghan, and some others very well-to-do types you don't recognize. That explains all the security. As you're handed the award, Dr. Atkinson Blimey asks if you'd like to say a few words. Should I make a joke or not? Ooh, I wanna make this joke, but I also feel like this can set off like a wrong thing. I'm gonna be nervous and sputter out a quick praise for Advance in Channel 1. As you tongue Advance, applause breaks out in the room. Both Peter and Julia stand up to magnificently accept it before saying the night's not about them. But thanks all the same. As you head back to your seat, you see Bozeman nodding at you with a satisfied smile on his flushed face. Clearly, that was the right speech. I have chosen the right speech. I have chosen the right speech. Click. Just as you're finishing up dinner. One of the other people at your table points behind you. As you turn, you see Bozeman walking briskly past with Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement in town. You're pretty sure he was pointedly ignoring you. He seems to be introducing the prime ministers to a selection of people at different tables. Oh my god. Why am I tired? Well, I mean, I did take a quick, like a very long bike trip before I did here. Like, I've been exercising today, which is good. And I feel very good about, you know, exercising a bit more. But yeah, better them than me. You finish off the rest of the meal, listen to the last few speeches, but then head home. All in all, it was a surprisingly nice evening. You might actually look forward to the next one. Providing Bozeman invites you to that one, of course. Broadcast! Yes! Broadcast. Let's do this. I got this. I am very good at this. The heat wave. Oh, hell yeah. No phone. Okay. Okay. Going to Bumlands, membership cards, and Rainbow.
Classical illusions are no substitute for air conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought you'd be in a better mood today. She's not even here.
Yes, but he is. Our gun-toting handler.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck his name is, do I?
He's here to keep us safe from people like Disrupt.
More like keep us in line. Hate guns. Give me the willies.
I got this. I got this.
Everybody,
So, got any actual real news tonight?
World's on fire. That good enough for you? Going in 5,
4, 3.
3.
Let's go over to Jeremy Donaldson for the National Night.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Good evening. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality. The World Council today established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their 10th week. In a statement from team headquarters a short
I have no
ago,
choice here. Okay.
Prime Minister Julia Salisbury issued a commanding response to this unprovoked escalation.
The World Council should make no mistake. This blockade and the illegal sanctions it seeks to enforce are an act of war and will be treated as such. Any incursion, however slight, into our territory will be met with swift and deadly force. You have been warned.
That feels evil.
Blowing off steam. Ailing athlete Johnny Hamsleeves has announced today that due to general indifference, he'll be retiring from public life. Johnny, who recently split with long-term partner Tom is
4.
still facing an uphill battle with a rare medical condition. But today said he will now be devoting his time to a new hobby and what could be his final months. Meditation has helped me conquer my inner turmoil, Johnny said, from a particularly uncomfortable position on the floor. Clearly, he's opting to step out of the limelight into a life of peace, tranquility, and banging on and on and on about crystals. In it to win it. Exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at
Let's
random
do
to receive
4.
what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be. Take-up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, and if this lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one. Burning rubber. Sales of condoms.
No! 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 I crashed the game. Well, that's gonna be another crash report, and this time I have footage to show them what happened. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. I mean, if I really can't, I'll report this later. Like, if I really can't get past this, I have a different profile where I am, like, gonna fuck stuff up constantly. And, like, not censor stuff. Which is another fun thing to play through. Because over there, I'm like, aligning with the other team. That's not the plan.
I'm sweating like Peter Clement in an off-license here.
Okay, we're working on it.
What, you've got someone to hose down the sun, have you?
Yes, they've just strapped on their wax wings.
Classical illusions are no substitute for air conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought you'd be in a better mood today. She's not even here.
Yes, but he is. Our gun-toting handler.
Who, Andy?
I don't know what the fuck his name is, do I?
He's
There
here
you
to
go.
keep us safe from people like Disrupt.
More like keep us in line. I hate guns. Give me the willies.
10 seconds, everybody.
So,
There.
got any actual real news tonight?
Well, the world's on fire. That good enough for you? Going in 5, 4,
Let's go.
3.
Let's go over to Jeremy Donaldson for the national.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality. The World Council today established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions. Now
Whoa,
entering
look at
their
all these
10th week.
heat signatures here.
In a statement from team headquarters a short time ago, Prime Minister Julia Salisbury issued a commanding response to this unprovoked escalation.
The World Council should make no mistake. This blockade and the illegal sanctions it seeks to enforce are an act
Okay,
of
so this is
war
now
and
not
will be
working,
treated
because
as
there's no-
such. Any incursion, however slight, into our territory will be met with swift.
I wish
and deadly
the fan
force.
would just keep all of them cool, but you know, that wouldn't be fun, would it now?
Blowing off steam. Ailing athlete Johnny Hamsleeves has announced today that due to general indifference, he'll be retiring from public life. Johnny,
Let's shoot the one this time. If it crashes again, it crashes again.
With a rare medical condition. But today said he will now be devoting his time to a new hobby and what could be his final months. Sources close to the star reveal he now goes by the Hammond Ball and can be seen breaking the sound barrier as he passes over the A7 just outside of Lambury. In it to win it. Exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at random to receive what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be. Take-up on the scheme has been
Okay,
much higher
I'm
than
gonna be
expected.
hands off.
And if this lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one. Burning rubber. Sales of condoms have plummeted this month.
Okay,
Sales of
we're still good.
soar. Since becoming widely available earlier this year, the male contraceptive has become commonplace in the lives of many heterosexual couples, and as a result, many are turning their backs on more traditional prophylactics. This today by one leading medical journal suggests that it's women who are moving away from the humble Johnny. The paper found that partners who were willing to share the contraceptive responsibility were far more likely to be screened for infection and to report happier relationships.
Hell yeah,
Fungi
I
or
chose right there.
fungi. As their supplies dwindle, the scientists of Dante's Taste have had to supplement their food stores with more unconventional cuisine. After funding was pulled due to public outrage, all attempts to rescue the researchers have now been abandoned. But David and
This
Ingrid's
one
joint
looks
team are not
friendlier.
going down without a fight. They've begun to experiment with the available food sources. Trufflewonga socratica, known locally as Forsborg and Horgensweed, has become a key part of the scientist's diet, despite the lack of knowledge as to its long-term effects. Let's hope they don't sprout any unwanted Forsborg and Horgan limbs.
Oh, oops.
Burning down the house? The capital was put on high alert last night after disrupt terrorists set an emblematic fire in the heart of Parliament Park.
Okay.
Violent conflict broke out at the demonstration after a mob of so-called protesters from the radical group launched an unprovoked attack on community cohesion officers in attendance. While the burning fist of resistance certainly seems a powerful image in these difficult times, fire officials were quick to point out that had they not arrived in time, and I quote, the whole bloody city might be yesterday's burnt crumpets.
Oh, wow.
All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions.
Okay, there's the title sequence.
One of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship. And
We're gonna get heat during this
that's
and
all
this
tonight's
version.
National Nightly News.
Yep, called it. Called it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Of course that happened. Oh. Sorry. Sorry.
But first tonight, our team of correspondents has been dispatched.
I was not
to
paying
every
attention. Sorry,
corner of the
people.
country to see how the people of
Ooh,
this
Patrick
great
Bannon.
nation of ours are coping with this unprecedented hot weather. First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what the scientific community has to say. Megan, how's the weather there? How's the weather
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking. I'm here with Dr. Anna Burns at the University of Princeton. Are you enjoying the weather as much as I am?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? My eyelids are sweating.
And you're part of a team carrying out a study
Oh,
into
yes.
what's causing this unbelievable heat. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we want to be able to reassure the public
There you
once and
go.
for all that there's absolutely nothing to worry about and that they can enjoy their sunstroke and fossil fuels.
Uh-oh, it's slowing down.
You sound very confident about that.
Oh, very much so. I can say without any hesitation, there's really no cause for any concern here. I've actually left my car running.
So tell us about this experiment.
Well, we take data from weather stations from all over the world, along with atmospheric samples, and we take all that and we feed it into this state-of-the-art computer, and very soon we'll be getting a high-tech readout of the results.
Okay, curious about the results.
Fancy?
I should just say, none of this would be possible without the generous support of Remington's Fist. This is all thanks to their unrivaled investment in our future.
No.
And may I just say, complimentary personal anecdote.
I did something
Oh, here we go.
to my OBS setup. Hold up. Oh. I accidentally grabbed a window in OBS. Hold up. Docs. Lock the docs. Like, I accidentally dragged my transitions into my other screen. I should not... No. Let's resume.
And, as expected, everything is absolutely fucked. Hang on. This can't be right.
Right, but obviously you said a second ago that everything is absolutely fine, so...
Well, actually, under concern level, it just says, why, God, why?
We should be celebrating these wonderful results, I think.
Yeah? We need to evolve gills within 40 years. Here it just says, shit.
Look at you. This is meant to be a celebration. Can't go around looking like that. There you go. Much better. Can I just say thank you again to Sophia Remington for providing all of this.
Everyone, we don't have long. Time is
It's
running
running out. Absolutely right. That is all we have time for.
Abandon hope and return to the forest.
Enjoy that. I'd like to thank Dr. Burns for just one opinion on the climate.
The sea will reclaim us all.
There you have it, Jeremy. Proof, if proof be need be, that everything is just fine. I'm Megan Wolf, here with science. Back to you.
Megan Wolf there, attempting to do some actual news. Next, heads over to Robin Short, who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's team membership.
Uh-oh. There's
Robin?
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm here in Scritchford with Gary Failsafe, a janitor at the local school, and Amelia Jackhammer, an aspiring poet. Both of you were drawn at random from those who hold team membership cards to receive this week's amazing prize. How do you feel?
Filled with fervent euphoria.
There you go.
And all that we had to do was fill in a quick form or two.
Wow, that sounds so convenient.
I know, right? It's almost too good to be true.
To know. What have you won?
That's right, Robin. I've won dinner with Julius Salisbury at one of the capital's top...
Uh-oh, Jeremy's getting hot.
Ooh, swanky.
And I've been invited to Peter Clement's house to help him dredge the gutter in.
That's absolutely terrific. You must both be over the moon.
I've written a poem about it.
So, can you tell me about the moment when you first heard the news?
Well, I was battling against a particularly difficult floater, probably one of the sixth floor.
Stay
and the
on.
headmaster came and found me.
I was involved in a similarly brutal conflict with a particularly arduous stanza.
So you were both polishing turds?
No, I don't like to polish them. I like to keep them intact for my collection.
Oh, gross.
How unexpected.
Also, why was third not a swear word?
Polish turds. I write poetry.
Right, because it's
Potato, potato.
a speaker
So,
word.
Gary,
Do you think Peter Clement's going to let me keep the contents of his downpipe?
there's no harm in asking, I suppose.
Would you like to hear one?
No, thank you. Gary, when you signed up for team membership...
Right,
was it
this
in
game
hopes
doesn't
of
lock
winning the
my
lottery,
cursor.
Or were there other reasons?
I like a flutter, of course, but no, the boss said
Boom.
I had to sign up to keep coming into school.
Very sensible. It's important to know who we're trusting around our children.
Oh, I have an unpublished book of sonnets about children. Perhaps you'd like to hear one.
No!
Oh, look at poor Jeremy. I feel so bad for him.
I'd rather hear about Gary's turd collection.
Really? I thought you might say that.
Uh-oh.
Are you all right?
Yes, it's coming. It's coming. It's inspiration, and it's delicious.
She is weird.
Right you are. Today on the show, there's no news. Just a man who keeps multiple poos.
Yeah, this big one's my favourite. See how it's
Oh.
really lovely texture.
Would you encourage other people to enter for their chance to win?
These are British plugs, by the way. One of the best plugs, in my opinion. I'm a
National
nerd.
news lost its way when it covered some crap on a tray.
Some of these are quite rare.
Maybe that was unfair.
And that's all we have time for today. Back
Okay,
to
3
you,
minutes.
Jeremy.
Thanks, Robin. What a lucky pair they are.
Oh, hey,
And
Bannon.
finally in this segment, it's over to Patrick Bannon, who's gone to the smelliest town in the country to see how the unprecedented weather is affecting the locals. Patrick?
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello, yes. I'm here live in Grizzleford, which was recently voted the smelliest town in the country. And I
He
have
looks
to
way
say,
too happy about that.
The smell really is. I mean, it's
I was thinking, who in their right mind would keep a fan point, would just point a fan to keep something cool in hot weather. Yeah. Well, that's just how this game works, you know.
something else.
Oh.
Barry Lardons, mate. You've lived here your whole life. How'd you put up with the stink?
Well, we're just all very proud of our achievement, to be honest with you. You can tell that, look at him, proud as punch. Do you know what it's like, son, being the second smelliest town? Living in the shadow of Arseminster. Those smug fucks. But who's laughing now, eh?
Well, not me, that's for sure. So what happened, mate?
Right, the good people from Rillington's Fist came in and saved the day with their factory.
You're talking, of course, about the newly built flour factory.
Yeah, they gave us this big presentation on jobs and growth. But as soon as we heard about the stench, we paid them whatever they wanted to put it here.
No!
Does stink not affect your life in every way, Barry? I mean, perhaps if you're filling in a tax return.
Don't you
or
overheat.
the physical act of love.
It's strong at first, but you get used to it after several weeks of your first bout of sickness. The judges were very impressed.
So, what's sickness?
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. It takes a few minutes before you develop any symptoms.
His face.
Something about the production line and how they dump carcasses directly into the waterway.
What?
I think it's probably the few valves on the high street.
On the high street? Should I see a doctor? What are the symptoms?
Well, the first one is asking stupid questions. Then folk experience a loss of inhibition.
Fuck off, do they? When was the last time you brushed your teeth, you stinking old tramp?
Next recording is a period of randomly bursting into song, followed immediately by delusions of grandeur.
Hello, it's sexy Patrick Bannon, and he's wearing sexy shorts now. Oh my God, look at me. I'm like a stallion. I'm gorgeous. Why didn't you tell me? I should take my shirt off. You know what? I'll even let you touch me if you want.
That will be the bout of undeserved self-confidence.
Love the Bannon. Feel the Bannon. Feel the Bannon. Oh, man. What's the point?
And the ennui. All that's left now are the hallucinations and unconsciousness.
Oh, what's he gonna see? What's he gonna see?
Was that you? Why are you made out of elbows? You know I don't eat opinions.
And he's dead.
Ooh, don't worry, folks. Once he wakes up, he'll be just fine. We'll just find a place to stick him where it won't matter how many times he evacuates his bowels. Right, that's all here from Grizzleford, a town that's really making a stink. I'm Barry Lardons. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Barry. Well, the naval blockade
Okay,
is being
17
set up
seconds.
around our coastline as we speak.
1, 2, A, B, or C. Say it now in chat.
Who appear to be here purely for medical reasons. Don't go away. Unless, of course,
4,
you've got something
3,
better to do.
2,
We'll be
C.
back
Okay.
After these messages. We'll be back.
1 minute
This next section features a potentially controversial guest. Advance may request some censorship if he goes too off topic. You've done a great job so far keeping everyone happy, so let's keep up the good work.
And I can't do this.
Interesting tape.
Every Friday.
I've done something.
Ooh.
What do you mean?
Ooh.
Jeremy?
My mic is still.
Right.
These graphics are amazing, Brad.
Let's plug it into A.
Fit like a real tent.
Oh, gee, Janet. What a time to be alive. Surely games can't get any
Ooh. Well, that was advertisement C.
Symphony, Brad. Are they playing more than one note at the same time?
Up to 4, Janet. 4 notes at the same
Yes,
time.
okay. So we do have the advanced tape loaded in B. I will play the advanced tape with the next one.
Home computer entertainment system uses games. Damn straight.
Damn gay.
Rainbows is an incredible 3 of them.
That's what I'm talking about. Hat football? We should be doing an interview with the War Minister or a report from Grantham Downs. Even the weather be more fucking relevant than this.
Please, 2-player games, just something like to keep your minds off things. You heard me.
Exactly, which is wrong. People's minds should be very much on things. Christ, it's so fucking hot.
Please take your seats as quickly as you can. So you can have.
I can't do this anymore, Jen. I've had enough. That's it. This is just
10 seconds.
And I
Over yourself. Why don't you stop feeling sorry for yourself for 5? 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. With me, your host, Jeremy Donaldson. Later, we'll be talking to the captain of the territory's first cat football team, Professor Pumpkin. But first, I'm joined by 3 guests with some balmy bodily behaviours. Joining me is a woman who's been hiccuping for over 9 months. Isn't that right, Miss Piercy?
Yes,
Oh,
that's right.
sorry.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
Tell us, what brought all this on?
It's all a bit of a blur, Jeremy, to be totally frank with you. See, I was watching your show and I remember seeing the news about the election, and it hasn't stopped since.
Fascinating stuff. Also here is Frankie Steampipe. Perhaps you could explain to us exactly what your physiological foreboil is.
I'm here to say it's high time people like me were respected. We're constantly overlooked in the workplace, we're whispered about on buses, and we're asked politely to leave children's birthday parties. And it's disgusting. I'm sorry, my bowels have comic timing.
And finally, I'm joined by a man who answers every question honestly, even when it isn't aimed at him. How do you cope with that, Mr. Truman?
With a combination of booze, self-hatred, and hardcore pornography.
Is that
Not according to my therapist.
Well, in that case, let's speak to Rose. Tell me, how does the hiccuping impact you?
I get shushed a lot, which is hard. At work, they've asked me to stop answering the phones. It's really affected my confidence.
Well, I find it really fucking irritating.
People tend to believe your story?
Fuck no.
Actually, I've been surprised at how much support I've received.
And Frankie, why have you come here today?
Because my wife left me, and I was hoping that the fame would win her back.
We've started a group for people with ailments deemed broadly comical by society. It's called Take Us Seriously.
That's right. And we bloody well mean it.
And who's joined so far?
A bunch of fucking losers.
It's just us so far.
And how much success have you had?
Well, we've seen some real positive changes.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been a runaway success.
Shit all. Not a single person come to our fun run, and all of our leaflets fell in the canal.
Well, Miss Piercy, some people are saying your condition was actually caused by the shocking events of that night. What do you think?
Come on, Mr. Donaldson, that's absolute rubbish.
What it'd be like to have a pair of tits.
Could you? I'm sorry, it's very hard. What was I thinking?
That you're a team fuck puppet?
No.
Or a sellout cunt?
Apologies. Just reminded that he can't help it. And hey, if this isn't live television, then what is it?
Fuckfest of propaganda masquerading as journalism.
Right, Frankie, Rose, tell us, how can the viewers get involved with your cause?
Yes, we're holding a sponsored run in Capital Park next weekend. It's called the No Smiles 13 Miles.
No, it's called the No Laugh Half. What did I say before the show?
That it was the team pulling Jeremy Donaldson's strings.
No, I didn't say.
Wow, we may have to end that now, unfortunately. What a harmless bit of fun.
Steady on!
This is exactly what I'm talking about. We demand respect.
Yes, well, later, I'll be talking to Professor Pumpkin. A ginger tatty with a world-class pair of penalty paws. Is that really necessary?
No, it isn't. Let go. Not you.
Unhand him at once.
Enough! That's enough! That's enough!
What are you doing?
Trying not to piss myself.
Alex,
don't you dare!
Alex,
Don't you fucking dare cut to the ads before I tell you to. You in the broadcast centre.
Hi, me.
Both of us will escape home. You listen to me.
Yes.
You cut to the ads before I tell you to, and I will kill every single person in this studio. I am thinking about what I'm doing. I've been thinking about it for a long time. We all should be. Christ, it's so fucking hot in here. Do you remember when we used to do the real news? Before it was all lottery winners and bloody cat football. We are on the brink of a siege, the likes of which the world hasn't seen in hundreds of years. The enemy is at the gates, and I'm stuck here talking to these three fucking idiots.
I think my hiccups have stopped.
You three, get the fuck out of my studio. Go on, now, go! Before I change my mind. Jenny, lock the doors. Lock the doors. Lock the doors. Good. Yes. Now. Good. Right. Yes. You in the broadcast centre.
Me, yes.
You in the broadcast centre. You listen to me.
Oh, he knows my name.
Pay attention.
Hi.
Now, I'm sure you've already loaded up exactly what you're going to play in the commercial, but today is going to be a little bit different. Look to your right.
Yes.
Yes, really. Look to your right. There is a VHS.
I've already loaded it up.
You can load it into one of the machines, and when I say so, and not before, you play it. You've got about 15 seconds, so I wouldn't waste any time. Now, all cameras.
I assume you won't be playing that tape. This station does not negotiate with terrorists. I hope I've made myself clear. You seem to know what to do.
Every single thing that comes out of this studio is either one-sided or banal. We're going to show the other side for a bit of fucking balance. Are the good old days. Alex, play the fucking tape. No, I don't want to hurt anything.
Okay, now let's
See anything I don't like, I will not hesitate to start.
Oh, Alex, you're going to get me in trouble with that. Let's hope you made the right call.
I hope I did as well. I hope I did. I hope I made the right call as well.
We are the resistance. We
are disrupt, and we're going to tell you the truth.
Okay, tell me the truth.
Advance aided by the mass media are lying to you. The elderly are not a burden.
I was so smart, just loading up the tape for shits and giggles first, but holy shit.
No matter how tempting the prizes are. But who am I to tell you this? A voice from the shadows trying to tell you that everything you know is wrong. Why would you trust a man too scared to show his own face?
Don't switch on. Please.
Alex James!
My name is Alan James.
Right, Alan James.
And I think that certain rights are worth fighting for. The right to keep the rewards of our own hard work. The right to be kept alive in our dotage. And the right to question our government without worrying what our children will report to their fellow go-getters. I love this country. It may be what I am, and I'll fight for it. In fact, I'll die for it.
Yeah!
If I have to. But I can't do it alone. Disrupt a growing movement.
How long?
But we need your help. Your support, please. Look for us. Find us. And if you also know in your heart that there is something deeply wrong in this country, join us. Resist.
I don't know.
Disrupt.
This wasn't what I planned. I mean, some of it was. I had a speech, look. But this was unexpected. This was unexpected.
So what now, Jeremy? So what now, Jeremy?
It was supposed to be your day off. It was supposed to be your day off.
Please, don't do any more stupid things today. Please, don't do any more stupid things today.
How long, Jenny? How long?
You're already live. You're already live.
Welcome back to the National Night. Welcome back to the National. Joining me unexpectedly, for I very much imagine will be my last broadcast, are two new guests. Jenny works here at the National Nightly News, and is someone I consider, well, a friend. And next to her is, what's your name? What's your name?
Hi, Andy.
Andy's a policeman. Only we don't call him that anymore. He's a community cohesion official. He's a community cohesion official. Sorry?
It's community cohesion officer, CCO.
And how's that feel, Andy? Being rebranded?
It's good. It's not about confrontation anymore. You know, the force had its fair share of problems. The team doesn't have as many.
But it still has some.
I couldn't say.
Couldn't or wouldn't? Couldn't or wouldn't?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Christ, you're fucking useless, aren't you? We'll come back to you later. Jenny? We'll come back to you later.
Don't want to be on the news, Jeremy. Don't want to be on the news, Jeremy.
That's perfectly understandable. Who'd want to do this? Who'd want to do this? Jenny. Why did you join the National Nightly News team? Why did you join the National Nightly News?
I always wanted to work in news.
Oh.
Yes, but why specifically this program? Yes, but why the National Nightly? The National Nightly.
It was the news everyone trusted.
Was?
It was the news everyone was. Is. Do you really want to quibble semantics at gunpoint?
Is there something else you'd rather discuss? Is there something else you'd rather
There's a great
discuss?
big Alan James-sized elephant in the room you seem to be ignoring. Elephant in the room you
What do you mean?
I saw your face when that hood came down. You didn't know, did you?
It's about the message, not the messenger. It's about the message, not the messenger. No. I didn't know. No. The people I met were with, he wasn't there. I didn't know it was Alan James.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know it
But
was
seriously.
Alan James. I'm sorry.
Alan. Seriously. Fucking James. You're flushing your life down the toilet for... God, I love you, Jeremy. I love you, Jeremy.
He's a good speaker. He's a good speaker. He's popular in the country. He's popular in the country.
That right? That right?
Look, forget Alan James. There is still something deeply wrong.
This is interesting.
You know it, Jenny. You know it, Andy. And you know it, Jenny. And you at home, you know it too. And you at home, you know it too. I'm interviewing a guest who stinks of shit. Patrick is paddling about in shit. And Robin is literally interviewing someone who collects the fucking stuff. I mean, it's not sophisticated, Paul. What a metaphor. We are sleepwalking our way into oppression And the news isn't saying anything. We're not saying anything.
Says who?
Not saying anything.
Fucking dares.
What are all those scientists working on at Grentham Downs? What are they testing underground at Altergrave? Andy, your turn. Make yourself fucking useful. Your turn. How many people have you brought in for consultations just because they weren't carrying or didn't have team membership cards?
Oh, well, there's other forms of identification that we will accept.
For how long?
We're just here to help.
Then why do you need these? Then why do you need these? Not really help when it's offered at gunpoint, is it, Andy? Help when it's offered at gunpoint, is it, Andy? Let me demonstrate it for you. Let me help you. Let me help you. You eat these cards with my notes on it, and you'll probably digest a fact. That'd be helpful, wouldn't it, Andy? Knowing a fact?
I don't understand.
Do you want my help, Andy?
Yes, whatever you say, yes.
Security are here, Jeremy.
Eat it.
Security are here,
What?
Jeremy.
Eat it. Eat the fucking news, Andy, or I'll force it down your fucking throat.
Jeremy, stop.
Go on.
Really?
Eat it. Eat it, you fucking idiot.
Jeremy, stop.
We will kill you. Please, don't make me watch that. Please, don't make me watch that.
Oh!
Of course. You're right. Of course. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, everyone.
This is interesting.
You can put the card down now, Andy. You can put the card down now, Andy. You can go now. You too, Jenny. Fuck off over there. You too, Jenny. Over there. We're nearly done. We're nearly done. All cameras on me. All cameras on me. This new regime of ours is so... seductive. I understand that. But before we all hand off our freedoms, should we ask to whom we're handing them over? Don't you want to know what's being done in your name? How many people were transitioned last month? A record high.
So yeah, this blue stuff is political censoring.
Someone ask Advance how they plan to deal with this blockade? How many years or months of supplies we have? Why aren't we asking these questions instead of whose shit is this? There's a cat backstage dressed as a fucking goalie, for Christ's sake. He's even got the little gloves. Anyway, that's why I arranged for you to see that broadcast from the last break. I didn't know it was going to be him, but I guess that just about sums it up. We are all up Ship Creek with a paddle made of Alan fucking James. Christ is also fucking pointless. I was going to quit tonight. Take a holiday. Try something else. Out of the limelight. Maybe try having a relationship. I hear they're nice. Never tried.
Mm-hmm.
I never tried. I loved them. And now, well...
God, Jeremy, don't!
I've tried my best to be honest with you, but this just isn't the news anymore. And I'm sorry. I've lost this fight.
Alex, think of the consequences.
I've let you down.
Please, we can't show this. Cut to the ads. Please, we can't show this.
My name's Jamie
Now!
Donaldson.
Do it now!
If you can.
Do it now!
Somehow. I envy you if you can. I envy you. Have a peaceful night.
Just in time! Just in time! Yes!
By working as a team, we have raised living standards and are the envy of an increasingly jealous world.
Oh, I think I cut just in time.
Before their own. From this month.
Like, have a good night. Cut! Oh, that's gonna be so awesome. And there's plenty of balls and after. This worked out so well. Oh, I love that. And I got those last 60 seconds as a clip. That's gonna be a short, everyone. After I edit the short of this fishing thing. Because I still need to edit that short. see a man stand up as police. Introduce. Wow! A small bonus. Current wealth starting to get rich. Oh? Multiple holidays! My shares have gotten down. That is fair. So Advance is down. Disrupt is up. And Channel 1 still loves me. Of course. Because I didn't show the bad stuff. Holy shit, though. I can't believe Jeremy actually shot himself. That was unexpected. Wow. Anyway, let's continue. Teledon, right. Heatwave. Sequence 3, Meltdown. Let's play the rushes because I wanna see what happened. I wanna hear everything I censored.
How long?
Jeremy, please.
How long?
I mean, this is 10 minutes.
17 seconds.
There you go, 6. Like, we've already seen all this stuff. There you go.
The ads! I've let you down.
Please, we can't show this. Cut to the ads.
My name's Jane
Now!
Donaldson.
Do it now!
If you can. Somehow. And I envy you if you can. Have a peaceful night.
Jeremy!
Damn. That was... Like, I didn't get a good look at that because I was so... Wait. Let's check out the broadcast.
In less than a minute, we'll be going live.
Let's actually check out the broadcast.
But before that, let's take a quick peek at tonight's scorching lineup. At 6:30, Megan Wolf is at the beach, chatting with members of the general public for a special heatwave edition of Your Part of Town. That's followed at 7:30 by...
I want to see how well I cut to the ads. Like, this is like a pretty long segment. Yada 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 yada. The heatwave stuff.
Celebrating these wonderful results, I think.
Let's see how I censored.
There we are. We need to evolve gills within 40 years.
You look thirsty.
Here. Shit.
Look at you. This is meant to be a celebration. There you go, much better. Can I just
Oh
say
wow,
thank
my
you again
censoring
to
is
Sophia
awful.
Remington for providing all of this.
Everyone, we don't have...
My censoring was awful there. Right, this is all that stuff. You have Patrick Bannon. I love Patrick Bannon as a character. Honestly, he's my favorite character from the newsroom so far. Advertisements. Yada yada yada. Like, I want to see how I cut. I must have cut on time.
Don't you dare cut to the ads before I tell you to. Now, you in the broadcast centre, Bozeman's Little Scapegoat, you listen to me. You cut to the ads before I tell you to, and I will kill every single person in this studio.
Jeremy, think about what
I am thinking about what I'm doing.
Right, this is that ad. Alex James from Alex James is right. Yada yada yada.
My name's Jane Dolan.
Okay, let's see. Please tell me I cut in time. Tell me I cut in time.
Somehow.
Come on.
I envy you if you can. Have a peaceful night.
Yes! I cut in time.
Our society
that makes me so happy.
From the food that we eat to the education transition.
It feels so good to have just cut that right off.
Finally, by working as a team, we have raised living standards and are...
Awesome. Let's continue. Let's see what else we have. A tape to remember. Yep. You wake up still partly in shock from what you saw on the news last night. What you had to edit on the news last night. When you come downstairs, you find your family sat in the living room, waiting for you. You take seat. Sam swallows, hesitating before starting. You were so worried sick about you last night after Jeremy. With the gun. Sam chokes down on the sob. It was awful. On national television. How could he do that? And now... Sam... after a horrible pause, Sam finally asks, "Are you okay, honey?" I can't believe he's gone. Sam looks to the kids and back to you. We saw as you chose to play a tape. They paused before continuing, and I couldn't help but wonder why. I didn't feel like I had a choice. What? That's not good enough. Disrupt are bad people. I can't believe he did that. Charlie's outburst seems to come out of nowhere, and no one in the room is prepared for it. Did you even think about how this stuff affects people? You're a fucking idiot! Sam tries to inject Charlie, but he already slammed the door. Charlie was always a bit black and white about this sort of thing. For what it's worth, Alex, I think you were in an impossible situation, and somehow you managed to make the right call. Sam throws their arms around you. Only you were stuck in that studio and having to make that choice. No one can criticize what you did, and I am proud of you. You've never been so grateful to have Sam support you. You take a deep breath and gather your thoughts. It's a lot to take in. You're not sure you fully processed what happened last night, let alone what Charlie and Sam think about it now. You look to your daughter. I know this is an incredible difficult thing. We don't always agree, but I do think you made the right choice. Sam smiles at me. You had to play it. There was just no other option. Yeah, he would have killed those people probably if I didn't. He probably actually would have killed those people. It's nice. You've at least got some company. The TV is playing through some old western show, but it's not quite as distracting as you'd hoped. You were never going to please everyone. A questionable choice? You got off work early today. A rare enough occurrence to put spring in your sleep. As you close the front door, you can hear excited conversation bubbling from the kitchen. Clearly, someone's popped around the cuppa on Sam's Friday off. Hopefully there are still some biscuits left. You enter to see Sam, Susie, and Zach all laughing and discussing something. As soon as she sees you, your daughter turns and enthusiastically presents her hands. which sports a prominent diamond ring. Look, Zach proposed. We're engaged. My god, that's amazing news. I'm so happy for you. The pair of them end up staying for dinner. They've moved pretty quickly, but when you know, you know. You're genuinely pleased for them, whatever happens. You'll always be there for her either way. Exactly. We're skipping a lot of time. A burden born. It's been 6 months since you and Sam lost his grandma's ever-increasing medical costs. And Emma, while very pleasant, has proved an experience as a nurse as you feared. You can't quite believe it's been that long already. But the sanctions are really starting to hit home now. And unfortunately, the government's only solution to help the ailing elderly is a day trip to a transition center. Why does everything always seem to come back to money? Because that is how the world works, unfortunately. It's time. This time you're at the kitchen table, surrounded by bills and paperwork, when Sam comes to join you. Today, Emma told you that there was really nothing more you could do, except an expensive experimental new treatment that might not even help. That is annoying. Oh, well, this puts the game too far to the... Oh well. Sometimes your mom wants the treatment, more often she talks about visiting a transition center. It's hard to know what she really wants. Sam puts her hand on yours. What are we gonna do, honey? She's your mother. It has to be your choice. Oh, poo. I'm gonna go for transition center. I don't think she wants to live like this anymore. It's hard, but it's time for the killing center. Those things are never really a choice. Hopefully, the kids will understand. It was all you could do, given the circumstances. If only things had been different. Ooh! The 20-week war.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here. Hope all's well with the family. Just a heads up, we're expecting those troublemakers at Disrupt to attempt to hack the channel during the broadcast. So keep an eye on the interference screen and stay out of the orange. Let's keep the news on the air. It's important. Now more than ever.
Screaming at some pensioners while they try
What
to
is
fashion
this?
a nutritious meal out of a can of condensed milk, a cow's tongue, and some rhubarb. Not one to miss. At 7 p.m, it's a look back to happier times with our acclaimed
This is fancy new equipment. Look at that.
which looks at the astonishing progress made by Advance as we begin what is only their
They do know
second
this is the
year in
news, don't they?
office. At 8:30 p.m, it's over to Patrick
So there's
for all the sports board highlights, including all the tables.
Yes,
of
sports
action
board.
and
We love
the
sports board.
semi-finals of Pro amateur sports. The sports board game. At 9, it's our nightly.
You have to keep it light with this stuff, I guess.
Followed at 9:25 by our unsettling play When Katie Went Abroad, which tells the cautionary tale of one brave young lady's battles.
I like these new meters.
Administrations
Can I
of
do
our
this,
leaders. At 11:25,
Can't do
it's
this with
incisors.
anything. Okay.
And tonight, Dr.
I have.
Adrian
Yes.
Atkinson
Okay.
Bromey will be getting his teeth into
I think those might be actually sound effects.
who's
Yes.
invented a tasty twist on the humble biscuit. And that takes us, after the weather and public information
Going in
film,
5,
into our close down.
4,
But first
3.
tonight, it's time to join Megan and the team for the National Nightly
Good
News.
evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade. Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert. Unable to work out
I think
where
this one.
or when the next strike will
This one feels good.
Sadly, however, more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services, those numbers will tragically only continue to rise. Don't Starve. Advance's food program moved
Don't
from
Starve is a
strength
great
to
game.
strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity. And judging by the looks on this happy family's faces, it can't come a moment too soon. They'll be getting a good meal tonight on the government, just like the rest of us. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming.
Oh God.
Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion
Let's give it a thumbs up, you know, let's keep it light.
Organisations calling for it to be opened up to the wider community. The transition centres have reported larger than expected numbers, but report that they are coping well and able to provide a complete and meaningful service to all who choose to use it. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a teen membership card. A worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight.
Oh, Don't Starve 7 days out, yep.
89% of us to remind our tardy friends that not taking advantage
I think those are just
of the
Easter eggs.
services available to cardholders.
I think I think it's literally just Easter eggs.
Start me up. Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Manchester. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination. A representative from the Manchester Community Cohesion Team described the event as mostly peaceful. But it looks like Disrupt aren't going quietly into the night. And finally, absent friends.
Oh.
Absent friends. Sad news today as the grave of former National Nightly News host Jeremy Donaldson is vandalised by radical Disrupt activists. The much-loved broadcaster suffered a very tragic public breakdown 10 weeks ago in an incident which ultimately cost him his life. Disrupt spokesman Alan James, whose organisation last week named Mr Donaldson as the cause's first martyr, described the graffiti as a fitting tribute to a hero.
Can't wait to hear Cambodia finding new friends in the homeless shelter. Oh God.
Its 21st week. I'll be chatting with Peter Clement.
Ooh, a new title sequence. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yep. Keep it in the green, keep it in the green. I'm happy I don't have to deal with overheating anymore.
Later in the programme, I'm thrilled to say I'll be chatting with mega pop star Lofi, who's going to be treating us to a world premiere of her new single. And then after that, in part 3, we've got something new I promise you won't want to miss. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's coming to us through the magic of television all the way from his home in Landfordshire. Are you receiving me, Prime Minister?
Loud and clear, Miss Wolf. Loud and clear.
Well, let's start with the obvious. What's that in your hand, Prime Minister?
Cheeky cow. Cheeky.
As some of you will know, I spoke today to the people of Mankley.
Well, I made a promise to Mrs. Scene as me.
Oh, okay.
A promise is worth keeping?
Something like that, only with assholes.
So, I've heard from my sources that you and the illustrious Mrs. C plan to take your winter break somewhere.
Okay, that's what that is.
That's right. We're planning a walking holiday right here in the territories, which is different for us because, like you, Megan, I've always been a big fan of those warm foreign beaches.
Did you make this decision because of the blockade, Prime Minister?
Well, no, that's a good question. Well, as you know, while the blockade has effectively restricted the flow of goods into the country, we and our neighbours have continued to allow unimpeded travel for business leaders, ministers and such. So, although me and the missus could theoretically go to that gorgeous beach I just mentioned, it just doesn't smell much like team spirit to me. After all, as my old man used to say, when life gives you shite, make shite pie.
It works just as well with lemons and lemonade.
Okay.
Prime Minister, maintaining a healthy body like yours at a time of national crisis must require some demanding planning. What's your regime and how do you go about it all?
Well, the truth be told, it's all down to
This is quite like I have to pay a lot of attention to this.
I'm just the prat with a fat.
Wow, on that very subject, how are you and Mrs. C handling living on rations?
Well, let me tell you, Megan, back in the 50s, when I worked for you backstage for your Patrick Brannan's dad, did you know I did that?
I think everyone knows that.
Well, what you probably didn't know was that Graham Bannon was a right tightwad, paid the bare bloody minimum and still found every possible excuse.
I don't care about that.
Even further. I remember he once docked me a whole $5 for having an unacceptably smelly lunchbox type bastard. Anyway, what I'm saying is back then I ate a lot less than I am now, even under rationing. We all did. And let's face it, there are still plenty of people in this country who could afford to lose a little bit of weight.
What are you implying? No, but seriously, Prime Minister, we know you're very busy, but one final question, if I may.
Oh, well, go on then.
When you get home from a long day, your head full of the territory's hopes and fears.
Okay, so 4 is locked.
What music do you listen to when you work out to take your mind off things?
Well, I know I've got a bit of a reputation for being an old fuddy-duddy, but I'd be lying if I didn't say there's something about Little C that just demands one's attention.
Well, let's hope you stay watching, Prime Minister, because she is going to be talking and performing live after the break.
Oh, I'll be watching. After all, as my old man used to say, everything's a treat on a boring Friday with nothing but the wind up your shunt.
It's Wednesday, Prime Minister.
I think the expression still stands.
Peter Clement, thank you for joining me. I don't know about you at
I have
home,
ad
but
loaded up.
I think there's something kind of inspirational there. I know I feel safer. When we come back, Lil C is going to be giving us the debut performance of her new single, and I'll be getting to meet her. As her biggest fan, I don't mind telling you I'm pretty excited. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back. Gripping stuff.
What's that even news?
I think you forgot to ask him what his favourite number is.
Oh, I must have forgotten that in all the excitement.
So assuming it's not vodka, what do you think's actually in that milk? I reckon.
What is happening back here?
You are one disturbed individual.
Sour Coke.
You're supposed to go for the
Oh.
other essentials. The things that make life worth living.
I positively loathe these Jane. I can't remember the last time we boiled a duck wrong.
I guess I'll play Crazy Neil next.
Brian, there's barely enough milk to undermine the tea.
George.
You'll no doubt have spotted the updated mixing desk. You'll need the new buttons during the next sections.
Yes.
First, we'll need applause when the guest enters and before her song. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
Sure thing. I quite like the updated mixing desk.
And you'd be right. We've had our biggest and best brains working on this for months, and we've got you covered with the Remington Swiss Siege Survival Box. Inside every blockade-busting box, you'll find the things you really missed. A red wine where you can hardly taste the chemicals. Some rare meat we grew in our production laboratory. Chocolate so salty, you'd believe it came from Svenland. The list
Svenland, interesting.
endless. At least 7. And we
I've never heard of her before.
Oh, she's big, really big.
One in every 100 will contain.
Nah, of course not. She talks shit. But kids go
Looks
mad
like
for
they
her,
just got lucky.
absolutely.
5 in 10 seconds.
Remington
on, Colin, you've got
Siege Survival
kids.
Box.
Yeah, I've got about 6 or 7, I
good
think.
You'll believe they were made somewhere else.
He's got a lot of kids.
4, 3.
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing the chart records at the age of 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C. I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, Dave. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
And my manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that, like, annoying little girl from that show to that, like, sexy little girl from that show.
Wow. That must have been bizarre.
Not really, it was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been estranged.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
So, this newfound explosion into your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing, like, nicer underwear, you know, for the paparazzi, but as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So, what's the album about?
So I thought it was about, like, how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about, like, promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again?
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Whoa!
Do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together and it's out tomorrow.
So soon, after the last one?
Oh yeah, I've actually released 2 albums since lunchtime and a clothing line during this interview. See, this is called Cry for Help, and it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops, and it's out now. So girlies, you know what to do. Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
Ooh. There she goes. Blimey. All these projects, they're keeping you very busy, aren't they? It must be tough.
Yeah, it can get tough, and I hate it sometimes, and I hate myself. I just want to, like, cry into a bath of root veg. But then I think thousands of girls would do anything to be me, so I must be quite lucky.
Well, you know you don't have to do this, though, don't you?
Yeah, I do think that sometimes. Most nights between, like, my 4th vodka and the 8th time a stranger slaps me around the arse. I think things could have been different, you know, like better. But I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I did. I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I pressed record on my cassette. But then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough. And sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, "Make Cragler proud, and you might just survive childbirth."
Well, you know what? Despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it.
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. You know what? It's actually all right. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then. Well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit. It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Oh, so here we'll see with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Force's favorite, the Queen of Teams, here to break in your blockades, Lil C.
Oh baby, can't you see I'm hungry? There's a place in me that's empty. I want that meat you're packing, only you can fill that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy, I got no agenda. Just want the team and me, no dirty foreign member. Don't stop me that ain't been filled yet. I only scream this loud when you do your country proud. I ain't no Vickers, but I come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So let them try and break our dream. We fight and love and die a team. So what a Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy. I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions. I've been this wild and free.
I'm trying to add on the beat, but it's really hard with this game.
She was only 53, but gave to save her family. There's no one judging
Oh God.
me if I'm the one that's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, these babies gonna bring you home. I ain't no Vickers, but I come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So what if Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy and flip me over, grab my hair, rip off my clothes and dump them there. I wanna see some action. So
Oh, she stripped down even more. Oh yeah, let's get some of that in, of course. Oh, sorry, Megan.
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Lil C for doing that. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show.
Okay, B or C. Too late.
We'll be back right after this. And we're out.
That went terrible.
Here at Advance, we know that for many of
Can I just say, thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours, won't you?
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain perspective. You know, it's like...
Oh, right.
And Michael?
Michael? What about Billy Bob Jean Short? Is he?
Oh, my dad. He's such a sweetheart. We both have the same agents, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us for our image together. And Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guys. If they say for your pleasure, I'm going to stop eating it.
Okay! Interesting.
I hate to tell you this, but you're going to need all 4 sound effects buttons for this next section. Try and pick the most appropriate sound effect for the actors' lines. They can't hear your choices, so they'll be assuming you're helping things along and not making them look ridiculous.
Oh, that guy is back! Yes, Job is back!
No, not anymore.
Sure.
I'm better than that now. I'll tell you what, just keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds.
Megan, let's go! Blue newsroom, best newsroom.
5, 4, 3. Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent and we're very excited about it. But before we see it,
Okay, let's go.
with the writer, director and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys!
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Jeff DePoon now.
How do you like that?
Yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh. And how does Angela feel about all this? Your wife. Your wife.
God, no.
Joff looks so different.
She's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
And why did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom, and I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. That's a shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
Excellent, you're a natural. Keep it up.
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh,
Miss Craven.
morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried they won't ever become productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock. See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right. Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers?
Oh, no. It's Brad. He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Oh, clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What? Rad dudes?
No. Ruffians! Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What? Did you say tutoring?
That's right.
Oh.
Maths is very important. Would you mind, Ray?
Not at all.
So you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others and not just...
Felt a few of my brain cells dying with this segment. Yeah, I agree. This segment is something alright, but it's probably advanced sponsored. And I really have to keep my focus on.
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how...
Every segment with Joff is just brain cell breaking.
And not on your actions.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalized my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Yep.
I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck? Give us a hug.
Oh, what's happening? What is happening? What is happening? Oh! That is loud.
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news. I'm being told we're picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be... Oh God, what appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major cities.
Oh God.
Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions.
Whoa. Holy shit.
I'm being told we're experiencing power fluctuations as a result, so apologies for any interruption to this broadcast for you at home. And apparently we can head over to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment now. Yep, yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent.
Wait, she did this!
We have similar devices in 58 other
What?
urban centres and will not hesitate to detonate them if our conditions are not met in full and without delay. The people of our territory will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade. You are to remove it immediately. We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender. Your territories will be taken under our control. We will install replacement governments to ensure that your citizens become part of the new future. Your borders are now our borders. Your people are our people. They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed.
Nope, I'm not doing that stuff.
For your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them. Allow me to be crystal clear. If you fire a single shot at our territory, or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices.
The fuck is wrong with her?
You will not find them. Though no doubt you are already searching for them. Our technology is decades ahead of yours. We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm trying to think of what Jeremy would say if he were here now.
Crazy Neil!
He was always sceptical of advance. Then I suppose he was always sceptical about everything.
We're gonna play Crazy Neil.
Part of what made him so
Attractive.
frustrating to work with.
Oh, okay.
And so brilliant. I'm not going to lie, Jeremy. I really wish you were here now.
And he shows up!
You'd know what to say. You'd know how to bring everyone together.
Yeah, Jeremy, what are you
I
gonna
don't
do?
think you'd be angry.
Oh, it started to rain. Cool.
I think you'd see that anger was the engine that brought us here. I think you'd want us to stop. To look around us at the people and things we're so very lucky to have, and to realise what a privilege it is just to be alive.
This is gotten
I think
really
you'd want us
deep.
to spare a thought for those with loved ones who are abroad tonight. And I think you'd be worried about retaliation, but you wouldn't show it. You'd remind us that this country and its people endure. You'd remind us that despite the way you hated how it sounds, we are a team. And I think you'd ask us to go to our loved ones and be with them tonight. But I don't have the words that you had, Jeremy.
Whoa.
None of us do. My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out.
Wow.
So,
Aww.
yeah, you would have done, your old bastard.
Wow, that really hits. Complete the broadcast on date. Wow. Received a small bonus. Current wealth. Multiple holidays? Okay. My shares are going down. Well, shit. Advance up, disrupt down. And I think that's where I'm gonna leave it for today. Because, wow.
Good evening.
Honestly,
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
wow. Oh god. Let's see who's live. We got Casey, who's live. Nvidia apparently is still live. Bingo-thon is doing something. Yeah, that was heavy. And it's gonna be forever. Because, you know, YouTube keeps these broadcasts forever. Wow. Anyway.
And have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
Let's go say hi to KC. My good friend Killer Chair. And wow. Thank you all for stopping by. I'm gonna be alright, don't worry. Just gonna take in what the fuck just happened. Thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see you next stream.